All right, guys, welcome back to Miles of Horror. I'm your host, Robbie Miles. I have an amazing guest with me today. I got Jordon Lingle. Say what's up, Jordon.
What's up, everyone? How's it going?
We got a great show for you guys today. So before we do anything, let's hit my music. Sweet. So like I said, we have a great show for you guys today. I'm really excited because this is, beside the fact that I have Jordon on as my guest, this is my first guest that I'm doing on my YouTube channel. And I feel like we've been trying to connect for like a few weeks now, trying to make this work. And I had my internet issues and all that stuff going on. So we're finally here. We're making it happen. So why don't you, tell everyone who you are, a little bit about yourself, etc.
Sweet. So I'm Jordon Lingle. I'm on Instagram as Shinigami Jingle. So my name's a reference to Death Note. It's a horror anime that I've been into since I was a kid. But yeah, I've been into horror movies and horror TV shows since I was a kid. I'm also really into high-end 1/6 scale figures. I collect custom figures, mass-produced figures. I'm also into physical media. So that's where Robbie and I kind of connect there. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, hell yeah. That was awesome. And I put up your handle over there on Instagram. So definitely hit him up, guys. Shinigami Jingle. Did I say that right?
Shinigami Jingle.
Oh, okay, Shinigami
Yeah,
Jingle.
or you can just call me Jingle. That's what all my buddies in high school used to call me. So
Jingle?
yep.
Okay, I like that. my buddies call me Goo. So
okay.
Jingle and Goo. Yeah, man. So I think, we definitely connected on Instagram. I saw your collection. I think it was your 1/6 scale, is it?
Yep.
I saw your figures, and I don't know exactly. Maybe it was I don't remember exactly what it was. It was either the Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns figure you have, or the Hammond bust that you have, the haunted mask. It's one of those two things where we started connecting, and I hit you up, or you hit me up. We started talking and then we just kind of started shooting the shit and talking movies and horror, and here we are, right?
Yep, fellow Goosebumps fans.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's talk about that for a second. You have that, that Jason Hammond haunted mask bus, right?
Yep.
I have the same one. It's like my pride and joy. When did you get that piece?
So mine, I think mine is the second newest one that he's made, I believe. So yeah, I've been wanting to get one forever. Actually, years ago, I was trying to get his actual like latex mask that he makes because I really wanted to have like a wearable mask, but I missed out on that. And this was back when they were like $200, and now he sells them for way more. So it was like way before he blew up and stuff. But I think it probably was back in like 2019. But yeah, I really wanted that latex mask, and I never got one. And then he started making the bust and stuff, and that's more my thing. So when I saw that he made that, I knew I had to have it, dude. It's so amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad you got one, because if you guys are not familiar, anytime you see, a Jason Hammond bust, it's from him because he's so talented, and his stuff is really hard to get, right? So what he does is like he'll put up like a couple different pieces, like he has a Carrie bust, or he does a Hellraiser bust, or Carly Bath, or whatever it is that he's doing. He'll put a picture of it on Instagram at like Friday in the morning, and you'll say, I'll have these two pieces going up on the site tonight. It's a first come, first served basis. So these things go in seconds, right? There's been a couple instances over years where I've seen like a haunted mask, latex mask last for a little longer.
Yeah.
But like other than that, everything pretty much goes instantaneously, and it's maddening because
you have to be quick.
Yeah,
you have to be really quick. Like I've gotten really quick with the checking out on his website. So
yeah, it was maddening for a while. I got mine. I was really lucky, actually. I ended up connecting with him over email, and I was like, dude, just hear me out, bro. Like I want this thing so badly. I tried how many times now. He had put up a number of made to order items on his site for like, it was like purchase it now and it's a made to order. So I said, you don't have a Carly Bath, but like, is it possible to do a made to order Carly Bath under, whatever circumstance? I'll pay you right now. Please, I'll do anything. And he was cool about it. Like, sure, man, let's get it done.
That's awesome.
So I still have yet to, I wasn't able to land that one on the website, but I did get a Cheryl bust, which I have up there.
That's one of the ones I want to, dude. Like he's making a Evil Ed from Fright Night now too, and I want that one so bad. It's so sick, man. It looks so good.
Yeah, dude, his stuff is like, so I have a my personal favorite is Creation X. He's my favorite independent bus maker, and his stuff's incredible. But Hammond really, he's in his own. They're different in how they sculpt, but Hammond stuff is so undeniably recognizable. And when it comes to, I have the Cheryl bus. When it comes to certain things like that Haunted Mask bus, nothing even comes close.
Oh yeah, no. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But so I heard you're getting the Crypt Keeper too from Creation X, and I want one of those bad too myself. Dude,
he's still got some available.
I'm definitely gonna grab one of those. So
yeah. So funny story actually. I had a Crypt Keeper bust from him, and it was an older model, and I ended up getting it more recently, and we kind of connected on Instagram, and he's actually going to come on the show at some point.
That's awesome.
And, he told me, he's like, dude, I have a new model coming out, just a heads up. So I found someone else who's really interested in the older models. So I was able to offer that to someone else who was very interested, and then I'm preparing for that new one. So
it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I also have a clown being done by Creation X.
I think I saw that too, dude. I've seen him working on that. That's so sweet, dude. It looks so good.
That's my clown, man. He's got a slim and a short he's working on. Yeah, so the slim is mine. I can't wait. That's gonna be like a big grail piece for me to add to the collection.
Is that your favorite clown from Killer Clowns?
I actually like great question. I actually like Jumbo. I have Jumbo right here.
That's mine too. He's my favorite.
Yeah, dude. The scene with the mallet when he's he's definitely the most frightening clown for sure.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
So yeah, Jumbo's my favorite. But what's interesting about the clown bus is that they don't, in order to do something like that, you have to get he just paints, right? He doesn't really some things he'll do his own sculpting for, but for the clowns, and he was looking for a blank latex mask.
Mm-hmm.
Do it on, and so you have to get your hands on that before he's even going to paint it. So it took a while to really get that underway, and then get that going with the paint. He also is very custom where he's working on the bib right now, so all that stuff is custom. I'm very excited for it.
That's gonna be sweet, dude.
Yeah, man. So, appreciate you coming on. We got a lot of great things we want to touch base about. But first and foremost, I just want to know, one of my goals of this channel was to not only get more acquainted with a lot of the people that I meet on Instagram, because, I have a pretty decent following over there, and I've had a great time meeting people and talking to people, and it's such a great community. But this, I feel like YouTube really gives me a chance to really talk to people, get to know them more, give other people a chance to come on and kind of talk about horror. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, so, for sure.
First thing I want to ask you is, what really got you into horror? Is this like a childhood thing? Is this happening later in life? So
yeah. So funny thing about that is Goosebumps was definitely one of them. I mean, I was born in 95, so I'm quite a bit younger than you, I know. But Goosebumps, dude, like back in the day, like I have every book, like all the original books besides from when I was a kid. So I have all my original books from when I was a kid, besides Monster Blood 4. That's the only one I don't have, and I think that's the most pricey one. And I've kind of just been like hunting them like as time goes on at like thrift shops and stuff to like reacquire them. But yeah, so that was a big part of it, and like the show too, because we had a library that had like the VHS tapes there, and I used to go there and check them out of the library for free like all the time, dude. And I watched the crap out of them.
I find it so fast because I am a little older. I'm 37, and so that Goosebumps for me was like right in my wheelhouse. The first Goosebumps book came out in, I think, 93, right, or 94.
Yeah.
So I was 7 or 8 when the first one came out. I mean, those books are the target audience is 7 to 12. So
that's what's crazy is they stayed relevant for that long, like until I was, 5, 6 years old in the early 2000s to read them. So like I remember getting them at book fairs and stuff at school too, even then. So
that's crazy to me. Like, that's what I find so fascinating, that someone like me, who, again, like, it was right in my wheelhouse. I grew up with Goosebumps. I would go to Friday Barnes Noble Goosebump book clubs when the new books would come out. And they give out, like, you know, the specials, like the bookmarks and all that stuff, like a pencil. And you're here, born, you said you're 25?
I'm going to be 29 this year. So I was born in 95.
So 8 years younger, and you're still, you got the Haunted Mask boss. Like, this is a huge part of your childhood.
Yep. Haunted Mask is up there. Is one of my favorites. Stay Out of the Basement. That was another one. I probably watched that one even more than Haunted Mask when I was a kid. That one's so creepy to me still.
Oh yeah. So what's funny is I watched the first Haunted Mask. So it came out, it was a 2-parter. And I think they did the first part, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe they did it. I'm trying to remember. I just remember I think I recorded it. It came out like the week before Halloween.
Yeah.
And I recorded it and I watched it with my buddy Matt on Halloween. That's so amazing. I think, like, so I remember just watching and being terrified, but they did a great job with Haunted Mask, but they also did a great job with Stay Out of the Basement. That episode was really creepy when he's eating the green stuff out of I think the sink, maybe.
Yeah, and even like the green blood coming out of his arm. I mean, like, to be a kid and see that, it just freaked me out. Like, I have a 7-year-old daughter, and I've been getting her into Goosebumps like every day. She's like, "Can you watch Goosebumps, please?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course." So
yeah, I love that.
It's cool to be able to share that with her, you know. So
that's awesome, man. That's really cool. Like, kudos to you, like, for having kids and being able to be a dad, because I don't have kids yet, but I have really good friends that are parents and yada yada.
Yeah.
But, I think that's the coolest thing, that you're sharing your love of Goosebumps with them.
Yeah.
Your daughter, like, she actively reads Goosebumps?
So not quite yet. I mean, she's still in the early stages of reading, but yeah, she's really into watching it. I've shown her a lot of like the PG horror stuff. I don't want to like freak her out and show her like R-rated movies, but like I've shown her like Goosebumps, Monster Squad, Gremlins, Ernest Scared Stupid. That's a
yay,
dude. That's like her favorite movie now. Like, she asks to watch that all the time.
Oh yeah, son, for sure. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. So Ernest Scared Stupid. You said Monster Squad.
Yeah.
Cool, man. That's good stuff.
Classics.
Does she have like a favorite?
Ernest Scared Stupid, dude. Hands down. She asks me to watch that movie like every week. Even during non-Halloween season. I mean, it's amazing. Me
so happy.
Yeah.
Like, awesome. And I know you're a big fan of the movie too.
Dude, so that's another movie that I watched all the time when I was a kid. Like, not even just Ernest Scared Stupid, but all Ernest. Like, Jim Varney's the man. So
yeah, for sure. I mentioned this in another video recently, and I you guys can't see, but I have a commissioned, or not a commission. I have a custom Ernest Scared Stupid poster from Brian Johnson. Okay, great dude. Him and I connected on Instagram, and funny story actually. He did a announcement on his social media page. I'm dropping these Ernest Scared Stupid prints on Saturday, on Hero Complex or whatever it was at this time. And I hit him up. I was like, dude, I need this poster. Like, it's a non-negotiable. And I knew I was going to be out of New York hiking the whole day in like the woods, and I wasn't going to be around. So I was like, dude, for whatever reason, if I don't get one, can you please hold on for me? I begged him. He's like, bro, I think you're going to be okay. Don't worry about it. But I begged him. He said, yeah, we'll see what we can do. And it turns out like there's plenty available. But
dude, that makes me wonder if you, because I actually have an Ernest Scared Stupid print too, along with a pin. Okay. And I actually got it. So probably back in like 2018, 2019, there was this horror subscription box. It was new, like when I was really new into my, I was really new into my collecting things. So I was kind of just getting like some smaller, cheaper stuff. So it was called Fright Crate, and it was a monthly subscription box, and it was always just random stuff. So then I got this one, and it came in, and it had an Ernest Scared Stupid print and like a pin. And it's sick, dude. I'll have to send you a picture of it, and you can tell me if it's the same one, because maybe it's the same artist. I don't know.
So I know what you're talking about, actually, and that's awesome that you own that, man. I'm really jealous of that. It was like a smaller print. It was like a 9x12.
Yep.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's a different print.
Okay.
But the one you got is awesome.
Yeah, it's sweet.
I was looking into getting that. There was I saw a few on like Mercari for decent prices. I was looking into getting that, but then Brian Johnson dropped this. I got the 24 by 36.
That's awesome.
And, you might have seen it on my page. But
I want to see it. If I don't know if I have, so you got to show me that later.
I have it custom framed. Like
awesome.
It's in my office, so I'll definitely send you a picture. But I mean, that makes me very happy that your daughter is so into Ernest Scared Stupid because, you know, like it's one of those things, again, being a big clown fan. Also, the Kyoto brothers, they did the makeup. They did the mask for the trolls.
Yeah. Well, and supposedly they even repurposed some of the clown's masks for that. I mean, that's the rumor anyways. I mean,
that is what happened. You can actually see side by sides if you Google it. Let me see if I can actually pull it up right here. You definitely can. Killer clowns repurposed as trolls. Yeah, you can definitely see the side by side right here. You ready for this? Let me see if I can.
Yeah, let's see it. I don't know if I've looked at them side by side, but I can definitely see I think the clown Rudy. I feel like you can see him in one of them or something, or one of those clowns maybe.
Yeah. So this has. Let's see. I'm gonna show you guys for a second. Let me just. Sure, let's do this. It's very possible that they used like Rudy in addition to these. Hang on, I'm just pulling it up. See if Facebook's making me sign in. All right, so yeah, here we go. I'm gonna share, present, share screen. Let's do boom. So yeah. You can. Yep. So it's not necessarily. It's not Rudy, but I think if I'm not mistaken, like some of the clowns they doubled up on. So it could have had Slim and Rudy as the same like blank.
Yep.
I don't know, but
you can definitely see it. That I feel like the Ernest Scared Stupid one looks like a blend of Slim and him almost. Like it looks.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it now. I'm willing to bet that this isn't correct because this guy looks more like Rudy, 100%.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
I mean, I think so for sure, but you can see the facial structure though, and like the bottom part, like the chin and stuff. But
all right, so let's stop sharing that. But yeah, cool stuff, man. And I'm glad that your daughter loves Killer Clowns. That makes me very happy. You're doing something right, man. You're doing something right.
They see you got to start slow. That's like you don't want to show them Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street right off the bat, you know.
Yes, this is a great segue into my next question. So I know you had mentioned Goosebumps and things. Are there any like, you know, I have a few on my list, but are there any like really early memories of being a horror fan that just stand out to you above all else? You know, it's not necessarily a Goosebumps related thing. It can be, but just something that like really stands out to you from when you were a kid. That because it's hard to remember like always loving horror. You know, you're so young at that age, but like there are certain things that just stand out. It's like that's something I can remember when I was a kid tangibly. That like I was either watching a horror movie or I was involved in horror and like I dug it. You know.
Yep. So I've got a couple of them actually. Okay. So one of them is the original Stephen King's It, the TV special. So I remember being at my aunt's farm. Wanting to watch this movie with my cousins because it was when the movie was out on video already, and it was the VHS double pack of it. And I wanted to watch it so bad, and my mom wouldn't let me. But finally, I snuck in the room, and I managed to watch like the first tape. So it would have been like the first part when they're kids. And I remember watching like that whole thing, and it freaked me out so bad that I didn't want to watch the second part. But yeah, so that's one of them. That's a classic too. I mean, that's one of my favorites now.
So I'm trying to remember. Like, it was terrifying for sure. I've definitely seen it, but I haven't watched it in many years. Yeah. It was like a mini series, right?
Yep.
And so they did it. It was like how many 10 parts?
It was on. I don't know. I want to say it was only 2 parts, and it was like a TV special. But I'm not 100% sure. But I remember having the VHS at my aunt's house, and it was like a double pack. Because they make 2 different ones. I think there's like a double pack VHS and then like a singular one that they fit all onto one tape.
Gotcha. Okay, but so you weren't watching on TV. You were watching the VHS.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And so you just slammed this VHS in and just watch it.
It was like me and like 4 of my cousins, and like they were a lot older than me too. So like they definitely could handle it, and I could not because I was probably like 5 years old maybe.
Dude, that's awesome. Like your earliest horror memory is even earlier than mine. I want to say mine outside of, I'm not including Goosebumps because I was reading those, whenever, but I want to say mine was like definitely like 7 or 8, in that range. So I don't remember anything at 5 years old other than, but that's awesome, dude. Really, you started young.
There's a couple of them, and then like not even just it from 1992. Another one would be like Tales from the Crypt.
Oh,
so I was super into that. I mean, I'm super into that show now, but as a kid, it always interested me. And my aunt, a different aunt of mine, she had HBO. So like whenever I would go over to her house, I would like be staying up late trying to watch Tales from the Crypt, and I was way too young for that then. But that was again probably maybe in like the 7 to 8 year old range.
So like I remember talking about Tales from the Crypt. I remember like being in my bed late at night and like browsing the channels and like see like it's dark in your room and everything's it's nighttime and like you hear the music and you see the Crypt Keeper and like you're like, I shouldn't be watching this right now. It's like forbidden fruit. It's like this is way past what I should be doing right now. My parents do not want this, and like for whatever reason, there was like an attraction there, right? Like it's I want to be watching this. And I think that's a big part of horror in general, right? It's kind of like that, that forbidden fruit. It's like the one thing, it's the one emotion you can't really bring about in real life,
Yeah, I mean that has to be how a lot of horror fans got into it, like not being able to do something or your parents not wanting you to do something, it makes you want to do something more. So
for sure, man. So those are some awesome memories, man. I appreciate it.
No, I even got another one too, dude. Like
so
like right down the street from where I live, we used to have a skating rink, and it's long gone now, but dude, back in the day, so Michael Jackson's Thriller, the music video, they used to play Thriller on the big screen, and all the kids would rush out to the rink and just sit down and just stare up at the screen and watch that whole music video. That's another thing that got me big into horror, dude. Like that.
Like so we're talking like like an 80s style like roller rink.
Yep.
Okay, and so there's a big screen, and all the kids just come and hang and watch the Thriller on the big screen.
Yep. Yeah, well, we'd all be skating around, and then as soon as you'd hear like the Thriller like music video start playing, it'd pop up on their like projector, and everyone would just run out to the skating rink and sit down and just watch it till it was over.
I love that so much. The fact that you're I'm picturing this like almost like Stranger Things-esque like 80s style roller rink.
Yeah, dude, it had the carpet with like the crazy paint splatter colors all over it and stuff.
Probably
like
it was glowing.
It was amazing, dude. It bums me out that it's not around anymore.
Yeah, we had a place like that too by me where I grew up in Rockland. But yeah, that actually like reminds me. I feel like I totally have a Thriller memory from when I was a kid also, and similar in theory. Like I was young. I don't remember how old. I was probably 7 or 8, and I think Thriller even came out like it was like I actually looked this up recently. It was earlier than I even thought. Like, was it even late 70s Thriller?
I don't think so. I want to say it's like 82.
It was early.
85, maybe. I don't know. Here, let me look.
1983.
1983. I was close.
Well, I knew it was like earlier than I had originally thought.
Yeah,
that's early 80s.
Yep.
So yeah, man. So my Thriller memory, and in thinking about this, I feel like everyone had to have like a childhood Thriller memory because of how big it is.
Dude, it's still that's one of my favorite songs of all time, hands down. Still,
100%. So I was at my aunt's house, and my mom and her 2 sisters lived all within 5 minutes of each other growing up. So I had a lot of first cousins I would hang out with, and we'd go their house all the time. And my aunt Toby, it's a very 80s style house, very like old school house, and they have this big like furry brown carpet. And it's like a Friday night. I go over there, and I'm sitting on the carpet just watching the TV, and Thriller came on, and I was terrified. And but it's amazing to me how that stuck with me watching that for the first time.
Yeah.
So I would imagine just because of how legendary it is, how good of a song it is, the majority of people, especially horror fans, have to have an early memory of when they saw Thriller for the first time. I think it's one of those things that just kind of sticks with you,
Oh, 100%, dude. For sure. Yeah, I even have a Thriller figure. See if I can see it. It's way up there. You can kind of see them a little bit, but yeah, that's a big part of my collection, dude.
Dude, that's sweet. I have I don't know if you saw for those of you guys that are new to the channel. Also, if you guys can hit the like button, please subscribe to my channel. That'd be great. Appreciate you guys. I recently did a video where I showcased my convention vest, my battle vest.
I love that, dude.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was fun to make, man. It was a pain in the ass.
It's sick, dude.
But I have a Thriller patch on it. When he turns around, he's got the zombie face.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the look I have on there. So yeah, this is all great stuff, man. I'm so glad we're talking about this. I want to. There's a lot of things I want to talk to you about, but we got some big news from Vinegar Syndrome today, and I know you're a big physical media guy. You know, we've talked about collections before, so I want to deep dive with you for a couple minutes into what they announced. I know MVD had a big sale today, or has a big sale on Labor Day weekend. So we're going to talk physical media for just a minute. We're going to take a quick 1 minute break. I'm going to hit the countdown real quick, and we'll be right back, guys. Okay, 30 seconds. All right, we're back. I thought that would loop. Oops, that's okay. Yeah, so we are back. Thank you guys for that. If you are just joining in, this is not a live, so you're not just joining in, but I have my guest, Jordon Lingle, with me. Let me post his socials once again real quick. Bear with me. StreamYard's cool, man. A lot of cool stuff you can do.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I got Jordon Lingle with me. Definitely go hit him up on Instagram. He's got an awesome page over there. And it's been really, really fun and chill connecting with him and getting him on the show, man. This has been great. So if you're just tuning in, we are about to hit up physical media. Okay, we are about to talk about Vinegar Syndrome, so let's get to it. As I mentioned before, we got some big news from Vinegar Syndrome today. And of course, they have their massive Labor Day sale happening, which, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe but this is the first time they're doing something like this, right?
I believe so. They said that they had a warehouse sale before, but they're moving warehouses from what I hear, or they're condensing down into just one warehouse. So they're discounting a bunch of product that they're sitting heavy on inventory on. They're also finding some product that has been out of print that they've been posting every day at 11 o'clock Central Time. So
yeah, man, I have thoughts on that. We'll get to it, and I'm really happy that people who didn't get Texas Chainsaw 2 were able. Did you get it?
I tried, dude. I skipped it, and when they initially released it, because I had the Scream Factory Blu-ray, and I was like, I'm just gonna hold out. I also didn't have a 4K player at the time, so I was like, this doesn't do me any good. But I tried to get one yesterday. They posted some. I think they posted 5 to 6 of them. I was so quick with it, dude. Had it in my cart, pushed checkout, and then it was gone. So
it's worse than Hammond, bro.
I didn't get one, but I'll get one eventually. So.
Yeah, for sure. I know, so they put up some, so let me backtrack. I am very happy for the people that wanted the TCM2 and got it, or the people that wanted even the Suckling. I think they put a few Sucklings up, possibly, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever the out of print title it is that you were looking for, that you were able to get, I'm happy. I actually just picked up Boggy Creek 2 this morning, which I actually missed out on the first time. They put out 20 of those, and I was able to snag that.
I almost did, but I held off.
Yeah, so again, I'm happy about that. It's a cool thing to be able to for whatever reason, if you missed out on it, and then to be able to kind of locate it right now, that's awesome. And I'm happy for the people that were able to take advantage, and myself included. There's not much I don't have because I've been a subscriber for about 5 years now. And I subscribe, and I really do my due diligence of trying to stay on top of the things that I want. Some things kind of slip through the cracks, like Boggy Creek 2. So I was happy about that one. But can I tell you my honest thoughts here?
Yeah.
I'm having a big problem with the sale because I think it's not right for subscribers. I think it's doing subscribers a really big disservice. And it's unfortunate because I am a huge Vinegar Syndrome fan. I mean, I think that's evident in the fact that I subscribe, right? And I've been subscribing for so long. And I have a giant shelf of literally just Vinegar Syndrome. But what's happening is, and here's my problem, is because I've been subscribing for so long, and I should be rewarded for that, right? They're putting repeatedly. They did it during the subscriber week sale, and now they're doing it times 10 during this Labor Day sale. They're putting titles that were part of our subscription that are supposed to be discounted for buying the subscription at even greater discounts. They're doing it for like 75% off. And so it's like, it's frustrating because I love the subscription and I love just setting it and forgetting it, not even worrying about it. But I feel like it's not right for subscribers, right? And I'm willing to bet if I do the math, it's impossible to do it. But like, it's not going to be beneficial for me to keep getting it because of the discounts they're giving on these titles.
Yeah, definitely. And I also think that like if you're a subscriber, you should probably have a chance to get those out of print titles before anyone else. I mean, like it just add more to the benefits of being a subscriber, So
dude, hell yeah. And it's a little frustrating. And it's annoying because I love the company so much, and I've been a supporter for so long. And now they could literally take a dump in a box and sell it on eBay, and it'll go for $50. And the company's so hot. And Rad 4K. I did not get it the first time. I also did not get it the second time. I just don't feel like I need a 4K of it. People go crazy over that movie, but it's one of the few titles that I just don't feel like I need it in my collection.
That's how I feel too.
Out in like whatever in like they're right now they are so hot, it's unbelievable.
I agree. Yeah, they became one of my favorite labels by far.
100%. Let me like not twist my words here. I hope it's evident. I've been subscribing to them for so long. I'm a huge fan of the company. I just feel I feel like it's a little bit of a disservice doing all these discounts, and it's great. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and say bringing out of print stuff, giving discount stuff, not good. Like, that's awesome. Like, hell yeah. But like for subscribers, it feels a little annoying, and it is what it is. But I feel like I'm constantly having this conversation where they're having these sales, and it's like, well, this was in my subscription like a month ago. Or like this was in my subscription last year, and now it's discounted even further than what I paid for it.
Yeah,
so it is what it is. That's
or maybe if they found a way to just discount like the non-slipped versions or something, like to like give the benefit of that to subscribers. That could work too. I don't know.
Hell yeah. And I am a big partner label guy. So listen, there's a lot of great about subscription, even still. It just annoys me. So that's all. But that was the bad. Now let's get into the good. Let's get into all the great juiciness of today's sale. So did you end up picking anything up from the sale today?
I've been holding off. I probably will tomorrow. I've kind of been looking at like 11 each day to see like what their out of print titles are going to be, to see if I'm going to break myself on those. I'm hoping that tomorrow they'll put up a From Beyond 4K with a slip, because I missed out on that too, because I didn't have a 4K player yet when that dropped. I have From Beyond from Scream Factory, but the Vinegar Syndrome release is just really appealing to me, so I'm hoping I can get that. But I do have about like 6 to 7 discounted titles I'm looking at right now, probably picking up before the sale's over.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree, man. Definitely, if you have a chance to get that, if they drop that From Beyond, I hope you get it, man. It's extremely limited.
That's probably my number one that I want, that I missed out on. Like that's still attainable,
cool release, man. Yeah. So that's a really cool release. I hope you get it. Yeah, like that's cool. Like I said, I picked up the Boggy Creek 2. I have a little cart right now of a couple partner label things. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, let's take a look. So let me share my screen here. We got the giant Labor Day Vinegar Syndrome sale. All right. So for those of you that were on the site this morning, or you've seen the site, they dropped 3 new Vinegar Syndrome titles. Okay. Now, as a subscriber, these are the 3 that are going to come with my subscription. Okay. You got the Howling 2, which was the big title. You've got the Cruel Britannia 3 killer thrillers from the UK, which I'm not familiar with. Then you got Delirium Photo of Goya, I think it's pronounced, which I've seen. I haven't seen it in full, but I know the movie. It is I think, it's a Lamberto Bava film. So I'm really excited for that one. But yeah, so are you gonna pick any of these up, Jordan?
I already picked up Howling 2 and Delirium. I've never seen Delirium, but in the 80s horror documentary In Search of Darkness, they kind of go over it a little bit, and it really interests me. Like the girl with the big eyeball like on her face, it just looks amazing. So I'm super excited to check that out.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah. I watched the trailer, but I was familiar with the movie also, and I had never seen it. And again, like anything Lamberto Bava that's getting the Vinegar Syndrome treatment, it's getting the slip, it's getting all that good stuff. I'm all for. So let's take a look at that first. Actually, let's see what we got here. It's a 4K. So Delirium Photo of Goya, and this is what we were talking about before. Let's see if they have the eye here. There you go. You guys
they have to.
Yeah,
that's wild, dude.
That awesome shot right there. So to my understanding, like people are turning into like the things that kill them or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And so something with an eye happened with this woman. Let's see what else we got.
Those Italians, man, they love eyeball stuff.
100%.
Let me tell you.
100%. Did you happen to watch? You got this one too. You got this this whatever this fly is or whatever's going on there. Did you watch the Severin 4K of Opera yet?
I did. I watched it last night, actually.
I think I saw that on your page.
It was amazing.
Yeah?
It was so good, dude. It looks amazing. Like it's crazy to me that they can make films look that great. They can take a film from 87 or whenever it was that it came out and just make it look like brand new. It's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I love it.
Honestly, the best restoration I've ever seen, the first thing that's coming to mind is Uli Lamel's Boogeyman. Did you see Vinegar Syndrome's restoration of that?
I haven't seen that one.
That scan and that restoration work on that was unbelievable. I could not believe that a movie from the 70s had looked so good. It was wild. But anyway, yeah. So we have Delirium Photo of Goya. Oh, I have pre-order in stock items in the same cart. So yeah, I mean, let's read the synopsis here. Goya made her fortune working as a high-class call girl, but now she runs one of Italy's top erotic photo magazines, for which only the most beautiful women are hired as models. When her perverted psychopath begins killing them off one by one, sending Goya macabrely staged photos of their corpses posed to mirror their latest centerfolds, Goya realized that to put an end to the horrors and unmask the murderer, she will need to come to terms with the secret in her past, which has resulted in all the bloodshed. Yeah, dude. Lamberto Bava, you got Dario Nicolodi. I'm all for it, dude. I'm definitely this is coming in my subscription. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, that was a no-brainer pickup for me. I've been waiting for a good release of that film, a good time to pick it up, and it's perfect.
So had you seen it before this?
I have not. No. But yes. I've like I said, I discovered a lot of. I was never a big Italian horror fan, but like these last couple of years, I've really been getting into them. But the In Search of Darkness documentaries really like helped me pick some stuff to watch. You know,
I gotta watch that. So that's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, Italian horror is great. Definitely. Are you a big Severin guy? I know you got the opera.
Yep. Dude, awesome. They're up there too. They're amazing.
So what's funny is one of my earliest memories is watching Suspiria with my dad when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, my dad was a huge Argento mark, man. Huge.
That's amazing.
And yeah, it's kind of interesting. You know, like my dad took me to a Fangoria convention as a kid. Like he was definitely like a big horror fan. I took it to another level, so I thank him for like getting me into it. But like, you know, he always it was like Dawn of the Dead, Dario Argento. Like he was big into it, just not as big as I am. But he showed me the ropes, man. Like I knew, awesome. I've known who Dario Argento is because of him, you know, like, so it's really cool to be able to say that my dad got me into Italian horror. Like
yeah, for sure, dude.
So, anyway, yeah, so that's the first release. We got Delirium, Photo of Goya, and then we got the Cruel Britannia. I'll let you guys take a look at that on your own. It's 3 killer thrillers from the UK. Listen, anytime you're gonna give me 3 movies in one edition, I'll take it. I believe it's 3 titles. Let's take a quick look. Or maybe it's just 3 killer thrillers is the name. Not sure. No, it's 3 movies. Like yeah.
Oh, it's 3 movies.
Penny Gold and Craze. There's Crucible of Terror. I believe. Oh yeah, it's Penny Gold, Craze, and Crucible of Terror.
Yeah,
3 movies. So all right, yeah. I mean, I'm down, man. Anytime you give me 3 titles. It's also interesting that they're heading over to the UK now for some of their foreign stuff. So yeah, and then we got the big title, which was The Howling 2. When was the time you saw The Howling 2, Jordan?
So I have the Scream Factory Blu-ray. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I don't remember a whole lot about it. I don't remember it being great, but I remember it being cheesy and pretty good. So I remember I once heard that Christopher Lee apologized to Joe Dante for being in The Howling 2. So if that has anything to tell you about it.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. That's funny. Yeah, so I haven't watched it recently. I watched it maybe the last time like 4 years ago, and it's I remember it exactly as you said. It's you know, nothing on the first one. Yeah. But it's fun, man. It's like a good time. It definitely like expands the whole Howling universe.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think the first one is such a landmark film that it's hard to really, you know, to really.
I do know that this one is better than what the 3rd and 4th one. Didn't they make like 4 of them?
Yeah, yeah. I don't even know if I've seen the 4th one. It's definitely better than the 3rd. But yeah, man. So I'm excited for this. It is a 4K.
The artwork is amazing. Like it is insane. That might be one of the best Vinegar Syndrome slipcases I've ever seen. Honestly,
dude, I agree, it's man.
Amazing.
That's one of the you know, people talk about when it comes to physical media, what it is that draws you to it, and what it is that makes it so special. And here's my theory on why Vinegar Syndrome is cream of the crop right now. It's because they make any movie. Again, Howling 2 is fun and it's whatever, but when you make it a 4K and you give it this premium treatment, it feels premium. It feels like this movie is awesome, when in reality it's good, it's fun, but it feels like a movie I have to own because they're giving me this treatment.
They're hitting that nostalgia, how like VHS was back in the day. Like the VHS cover arts, they look so amazing. Like you would go into a video store and see this amazing cover art and you'd rent it and it would be shit.
Dude, 100%. I mean, that's half the Vinegar Syndrome titles I get. Is
yeah,
like,
I mean,
I buy it because I'm curious, and it's
that's what makes them fun, though.
100%. One of the like the joys of being a subscriber is I just get a box of movies, and it's like I paid for it back in January, but I don't even remember that I paid for it. Yeah. And it's like I get this giant box of movies. It's like, oh, let's see what I got. And sometimes you get things that you just like rip so hard for you, like Rabid Grannies. That was something I know it's an old trauma film, but like I'd never seen it before. It came in my subscription. That movie swept me off my feet.
Yeah, dude, I've been meaning to pick that one up too. I don't have that one yet either, but that one's high up on my list. Like I will definitely be grabbing that one during the Black Friday sale this year. I'm gonna go crazy.
Strong recommend. Anyway, so this artwork from me gets a yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I love it. I'm with you, Jordan. I think it's fantastic artwork. And so I'm really excited for that pickup. Again, the movie's good. I enjoy it. But the fact that we get this premium edition, it is a 4K, it just feels like a must-own. I'm really excited for it. So yeah, I'll leave that here. So we got Howling. We got the Cruel Britannia. We got the Photo of Goya. Now, just really quickly, they dropped another couple titles as well. One of them is an eye for an eye, which I plan on picking up. It's a VSA, so you get the top loading box, I believe. Ooh, keep giving me this notification. I believe this is a top loading box. Let's see. I don't know. Slipcase edition. So maybe it's a side loader. I don't know. I always forget. I always mess up like which line is which. But you get an eye for an eye, which is a Category 3 Hong Kong film, and Hong Kong horror is like my favorite foreign subgenre. I really enjoy Hong Kong horror, so I'm definitely gonna pick this up. And then
that looks interesting for sure.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And then we got Bloodline, which I'm on the fence about. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with Bloodline. So we'll see there. But yeah, so that's what we got today from Vinegar Syndrome. Let's take a look at the partner title stuff real quick. I don't plan on getting anything, I don't think. Maybe Asylum of Terror. Have you checked out the partner label stuff?
I haven't yet.
Okay. Are you big into the partner label stuff?
I have some of them. I really like the Adjust Your Tracking documentary from VHS Shipfest. That one's really sweet. But yeah, they look interesting. I got the Ripper and Blood Cult from DeGosser Video. So I'm digging their stuff, dude. They're putting out everything they've put out so far has been great.
So both of those, the artwork on both those, again, swept me off my feet. Both those movies, I have both of them. I haven't watched it, but the artwork on those are fantastic. So I might pick up Asylum of Terror. I have it in my cart right now. It's selling pretty quick. There's about 400 left. I like the shot on video stuff, so I might do Flesh Freaks.
Dude, that looks wild.
It looks cool, right?
I love that.
Yeah, I have a pretty decent Saturn's Core collection. So I'll probably pick this up. I think I have it in my cart. And I think that's it for me on the partner label stuff this month.
Yeah.
So that is that. Let me stop sharing for just a moment. So yeah, that's what we got from Vinegar Syndrome, guys. And also, they've been doing the sale. So if you guys want to check out some other stuff, I know I got the Boggy Creek 2 set, but they've got all kinds of cool sales going on this week. So tomorrow at noon will be another drop. So definitely hit that up for any other out of print stuff. But today was the big day, right? They dropped their own titles, the partner label stuff. So that is that. So I want to talk to you also, Jordan, really quickly about the MVD sale. Have you checked this out yet?
Yep, I have. I've got probably 20 movies in my cart right now on that sale.
Dude, look at my cart. Right? Let me share my screen for a second. Look at my cart. You ready for this? Let me share my screen. I'm right there with you, dude. It's hard.
I'm gonna have to. I go through and I'll add everything and then I'll cut a bunch. So
where did my cart go? Don't tell me it deleted everything. Oh no, maybe it's over here. Okay, it's in my other. Let me see if I can do this. Let me stop sharing. Let me see if I can do this. Present, share screen. It's in another browser. I don't know if it's going to allow me to do that. All right. Anyway, I'm right there with you. I have about 20 titles in my cart that I think the sale is banging. I think they have some amazing titles over there that are great discounted. Suspiria 4K is $30.
Yeah.
Over there.
I've got that one already, so I don't need it. But that's a steal for sure.
A steal, man. On Synapse, it's $60. And it's very rare that it goes on sale. So I'm really excited for that. They've got, just taking a look at my cart here. It's in another browser, but I got Maniac Cop 2. I got Maniac Cop 3, all the 4Ks. I have the Suspiria 4K. I have the Kindred Blu-ray. I have the Toxic Avenger 4K set.
I'm tempted on that. I have the Blu-ray set, so I've been trying to hold off, but that 4K set is sick, dude.
It looks great, and I actually don't have the Blu-ray set, so it seems like a great deal.
Yeah, definitely.
I have New York Ripper 4K. I have House by a Cemetery 4K, Maniac 4K. I've got Basket Case 2 and 3 Blu-ray.
Those are in my cart too.
Yeah.
I've never seen those, but they look freaking wild. Like the practical effects in those look insane.
Yeah, I haven't seen 2 and 3. You've seen the original?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah,
That one's amazing.
Same. I've seen the original. I haven't seen the second and third.
Me
But
either.
I love Henenlotter. I love the Basket Case. I love Brain Damage.
Frankenhooker.
Frankenhooker. I just recently watched Bad Biology. Did you watch that?
I've never seen that one, no, but
Yeah.
I know what it is. I want to check it out.
I loved it. Very, very up my alley. You know, it's very dirty and it's very Henenlotter. But I had a blast with it, man. I thought it was a ton of fun. And I picked up the standard Blu-ray from the Severance sale. And, you know, you don't need a 4K of it. But it was a lot of fun, man. I enjoyed it. So, okay. Yeah. So we are hitting, I wish I knew a time here. We're hitting that just the 50-minute mark here, guys. I'm going to take another quick 30-second break. And when we come up, I'm going to talk to Jordan a little bit more about his love of horror. And then we will wrap things up. Guys, we'll be back in just a moment. All right, guys, we are back here. For those of you that are hanging out, I have Jordon Lingle here. Definitely go give him a follow on Instagram at Shinigami
Jingle.
Shinigami Jingle. Okay, I got to use that. He's a great dude, man. He's got a great page over there on Instagram. Definitely give him a follow. Also, if you guys would be so kind, if you could hit that like button, please. If you can please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. The goal is 100 followers by Halloween. I think we're about like 85, so we can totally do it. But yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today, talking horror, talking physical media, and all that good stuff. So I got a couple more questions for you, Jordan. I want to talk to you, and then we're gonna do a little show and tell. So one of the things that I thought would be a fun idea, and I'm gonna do this with guests moving forward, is doing a little show and tell. Right? You're never too old for a show and tell. Bring something on that you really cherish, that means something to you, and yeah, we'll go from there. So let's get into this kind of stuff. Let me bring this down. So we spent a lot of time talking about physical media. Jordan, do you have a favorite label that you like just tend to gravitate more? I know we talked a lot about Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah.
Favorite, or do you have a label that you like the best?
So I'm biased because I mean I don't want to say Scream Factory, but they've been old faithful to me for so long. I mean, I've been getting titles from them probably longer than any of them. I had a Suncoast Video at a local mall here, and I used to go in like every weekend and grab all the new Scream Factory titles. So I'd say in recent years, they're not my favorite, but overall, they definitely are. They've put out some of the best horror movies of all time under their label. I mean, in my opinion. And then, but more recently, it's definitely Vinegar Syndrome or Severin. I mean, their releases are amazing. They're always packed with new features. Sometimes they do specific documentaries like to those movies that are brand new. Like one of my favorites ever is Spookies by Vinegar Syndrome.
Oh yeah,
that movie is amazing, and they did a whole documentary that just makes that release even better.
So if you had to give me a list right now, like your top 3 labels in order, who would it be?
It'd probably be Vinegar Syndrome. Probably Vinegar Syndrome, Severin, and Arrow Video. Arrow Video's insane lately. They've just been putting out tons of insane movies, not just horror, but they did like Conan the Barbarian, the new Clash of the Titans movies,
You know what's funny is like when it comes to Arrow Video, they're like the unsung hero of the physical media world because they've been doing it at the highest level for so long that like people don't even talk about that anymore because it's just so routine. Like, dude, hear me out. Like, let's say Vinegar Syndrome dropped that Psycho box set, or Vinegar Syndrome dropped that Empire of Screams box set, or that Child's Play. If they did any of that, they'd be like slam dunk, release of the year. But because Arrow, no one even bats an eye. It's like this is what's expected from them. So like it's hard not to put them at the top of the list every single year because like if you really like go like pound for pound, release, it's like a no-brainer. It's Arrow every week.
Yeah, I definitely say that Vinegar Syndrome or Severin brings me the most enjoyment just from how unique their stuff is.
Yes.
Like to everything else. I mean, but overall, Arrow Video Scream Factory, I've been so loyal to them for so long. Arrow Video's doing a 4K of Trick or Treat, which is going to be amazing. So excited for that. I can't wait for that. So.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I hear you, man. I'm totally with you on that. It's hard to like go against Arrow. But at the same time, like there's such a rawness and uniqueness of Vinegar Syndrome. And I would say, you know, it's really cool what Vinegar Syndrome has done to bring so many new fans to horror and social media or physical media, because like they're exposing so many titles that just like who knew about these movies, you know? And like it has a really indie vibe to it, even still. Even now, however many years later, that there was a time when Vinegar Syndrome was like, all right, this is not only is this company doing all these titles justice, but like they are the indie company that you need to know, right? Now they're the biggest company. There's no doubt in my mind they're making more money than any other boutique label company, but they still have the indie feel. I think that's what makes them so special. And they still are as raw as can be, and they're still putting out these titles, you know, not without flaw. Again, like I have my subscribing issue, but like they are still doing it better than anybody else in terms of they know what they are doing and they are not veering from that path, you know?
Yep, exactly.
So, I got one other question for you, one other series of questions, Jordan. So do you have like what's your favorite movie of all time? Your favorite horror movie of all time?
My favorite horror movie of all time is definitely Fright Night.
Okay.
It's perfect. Like it's made for the horror genre. Like it's got romance, action, comedy, scares, thrills. Charlie Brewster, the main character, is a horror fan just like us. Like basically everyone thinks he's going crazy because he's got a vampire living next to him. They all just think it's the movies. So
have you seen Hammond's got a Fright Night boss? Have you seen that?
Yeah, that's what I'm probably going for that one next because that character in that movie is amazing too. But like,
funny, that character's great. What's funny is that boss I saw a couple weeks ago, it stuck. It didn't sell right away.
I know.
So if you want that, it's definitely available for sure.
But yeah, that one's definitely. I don't want to say it's an underrated horror movie because I mean, like every horror fan knows about that movie, and I'm sure most of them have seen it. But it's an underrated movie, like altogether. I think it's amazing. The practical effects in it are amazing. It's just.
You know what's funny is like it's not underrated in the sense that like everyone knows it, right? It's not like it's like an underground movie, but it's underrated in the sense that like in no way, shape, or form is it ever listed in like any pantheon of greats or like. But it is, pound for pound, it holds its weight against any horror film ever made. It really does.
That movie is infinitely unwatchable for me. Like that might be one of the only movies that I could just watch over and over again and not get tired of because it's amazing.
I completely agree, man. It's so good, and it's got your your teen horror in there. It's got your love story in there. It's got
it almost feels like a John Hughes movie of horror.
It does, yeah.
Like it's amazing.
Totally agree. Well put. All right, man. Appreciate that. So we got Fright Night, Jordon Lingle. So all right, here we are. Show and tell. You have to forgive me because I forgot my item, like an idiot. Because even though I have my whole thing here, I will in future episodes probably do a both show and tell, my guest and I. But Jordan, I invited you here because I wanted to do some show and tell. So I asked you to bring on an item that holds meaning to you in whatever capacity that might be. It could be a Blu-ray, it could be a piece of memorabilia, a collectible. So what do you got for us? What piece did you bring here for show and tell, and why is it meaningful to you?
All right, so mine's a two-parter. So it's how I have this shelf displayed in my case back there. It actually ties into Fright Night that we just talked about, my favorite horror movie of all time. So the first part of it is the original Fright Night VHS first release. But the cool thing about this is it's actually the copy that was at my local video store that I used to rent movies from when I was a kid. From Mr. Movies. At least I'd like to think it is. I got it locally. I don't know how big this chain was around here, but I'd like to think that it's the one that
that's
from
awesome.
the video store that I rented movies at when I was a kid. So that's pretty cool.
So really cool.
So yeah, I love that. That's on my shelf with this next item. So this right here is my 1/6 scale Jerry Dandridge from Fright Night figure.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing. So this is customly made by a sculptor named Jay on Facebook, on Instagram. He goes by Customs Jay, I believe. There was only 25 of these made. So yeah, this is Jerry Dandridge. It's amazing. So you get the figure, and then he also comes with an alternate head sculpt of when he turns into a vampire. I'll show you that too. It's super sick. It's super well done.
Oh, that's awesome. That is super cool. So it's like interchangeable?
Yep. So yeah, it's completely posable. You can pose whenever you want. He also comes with like a melted cross, like in the movie when he grabs the cross and it melts, and then he's got an apple too he can hold. Dude, so yeah, that's my prized possession of my collection. I wanted it so bad. It's actually I wasn't on the original run of customs that were made, but I wanted it so bad that I probably paid way too much money for it.
Dude, you know what though? What's so funny is like collecting is so personal, right? And it's so individual and so unique. And
exactly.
Like, I did a video of highlighting my Slappy from Scary Closet, and I mentioned about how I am a huge Goosebumps fan. So adding a Slappy to my collection was very, very important to me. But I also mentioned how the paint job was done by Charlie Chiodo. And Charlie Chiodo
that's amazing, dude.
One of the creators of Killer Clowns. And so he actually did a shout out video to me, like saying, "Here's your Slappy. I'm going to sign the back for you on it." And like, it was just such a cool and personal thing to have the creative Killer Clowns hand paint this Goosebumps piece for me. So, in regard to your Fright Night piece, like, isn't that what collecting is all about, right? Having the things that are special and meaningful to you. And
exactly.
I think that, there's so much out there, right? And it's so easy to be like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this, especially when it comes to physical media. When you have a piece like that that's so personal and so meaningful, I think that's really cool. And I got to tell you, Jordan, I haven't really gotten into the figurine part of collecting. I have a huge collection otherwise, but I'm jealous, man. I'm looking at your figures back there, and it's cool stuff, man. One day we got to get you back on here and you got to take us through all that stuff. Yeah,
dude, I'd love to do it. So like they're so well done. They're highly detailed. They're amazing. It's crazy that someone can fit so much detail into something so small. That's what just blows my mind about it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, man. I'm with you on that. But anyway, let's wrap things up here. This has been a blast. This gets
yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
That's a new graphic I got there for the show. I've been having some fun with it. Jordan, thank you so much for coming on. His socials are right here at Shinigami Jingle.
Let's go. You hit it. Nailed it on the spot.
Appreciate you, man. Listen, this has been a blast. We'll definitely do this again. And if you guys hit that like button, please subscribe to my channel. And Miles of Horror, we are out. Peace.
Yeah. Thanks.